Hey guys, it's your favorite angry trans chick. Had a conversation today, and I've got to confirm some of it, but a lot of y'all like hearing my rants, so I figured I'd give you one. I understand that the world has gotten kind of stupid at this point, but let me back up. I'm a teacher, duh. But my view on teaching is my job is to teach your kids, not to dictate who they should or should not be. Obviously I'm going to dictate if they shouldn't be a murderer, but not, if they want to be trans or gay or whatever. I learned today that we have a dance team, which every high school has. I also learned today that there was a boy that identified as male, I'm guessing, who tried out for the team, got accepted, did the solo, got accepted, and then was told by the powers that be that he wasn't allowed to dance on the football field because that's not something that men do. Yeah. I've also heard at any given point in time at the place where I'm employed, which you guys don't need to know, some of you do because some of you are watching this, that we used to do a gender swap day at my school. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that basically means that guys come dressed as girls, girls come dressed as guys. It's basically this whole thing. Now, for those of you that are on my feed that are fuckwits, which some of you are, I'm sorry to tell you, drag and gender swapping and men playing women's roles and boys playing women's roles and vice versa, etc. has been a thing since time started, okay? The theater used to use young boys for women's roles, okay? So let's not pretend like this isn't a new thing. We used to have a gender swap day at my school, and when the new administration took over, they decided that that was inappropriate because it would offend some of the trans students that were there. Well, I'm a card-carrying member of that particular demographic. That shit doesn't offend me at all. What the person or the powers that be doesn't seem to understand is that gender swap days, when men are allowed to dress like women and vice versa, even though clothing doesn't really have an assigned gender, it allows trans kids that may not be able to come out at home or may not be able to dress like they want to or may not be able to get up the courage to be who they are, to have an excuse and to come out that way and to not be ridiculed for it because the whole school is doing it. Okay, it's the whole Area 51 motto, they can't stop us all kind of shit. But there have been emails sent out in the past that were told that if we found a student that was dressed in the wrong clothing, that they were to be dress coded, etc. Which quite possibly, and I really don't care if this gets back to them, this is the biggest crock of horse shit I've ever seen. This is 2019, not 1919. The LGBT movement is huge, and we're tired of taking your shit. And speaking from personal experience, I'm not afraid of y'all. Plain and simple. You don't like the fact that I'm trans? Cool. Shut up. You can not like it all you want to. What you can't do is in a place that is supposed to be a neutral territory, which is what a school system is supposed to be, look at a kid and go, your identity, your self-image, your self-worth, your person or your being is invalid because I don't like it. That's unacceptable. And this whole, my God doesn't like this shit, so the magic sky fairy I pray to says no, so we have to do it. Fuck you. Seriously. That's why I didn't out myself to most of the people that I didn't out myself to, because I don't trust the people that I work with. Now, that's not saying that I don't trust all of the people I work with, because there's a great number of you that are on my feed that are watching this video right now that I work with that I trust implicitly. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is what I need you to understand from this, because this is coming from the arts teacher. Okay? This is also coming from the trans teacher that's out at the school, so I got a big fucking target on my back. If you know of anything that's been done like this to any of our kids, or anything that's been done to any of the LGBT faculty, report that shit and do it quickly. Because what needs to be said very loud, very sternly, and without remorse is that that's unacceptable. You can be Christian, that's fine. You can be Jewish, that's fine. You can be pagan, for all I give a shit. Hell, you can worship Satan that's dressed up like a pickle. I don't really care. Okay? But what you can't do is sit there and tell me that your corpse is better than my existence. Because it's fucking not. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Some of you that are on my feed know I have an active disdain for Christianity. Now you fucking know why. Because this kind of shit is rampant in the school system. I've had some of you ask me to explain some stuff more, that you want to know more about LGBT issues, etc. And what I can tell you is that asking me, you're not going to offend me. Because trust me, there is nothing you're going to ask me that I haven't even thought of, seen, done, or planned. Okay? You know, ask anything you want to. If you want to know about gender reassignment surgery, game on. I'll talk to you about it all day. If you want to know about facial feminization surgery, game on. I'll talk to you about it all you want to. If you want to know, you know, what goes into having your dick cut off, etc., I can go through that with you too. It's not necessarily something I plan on doing. Not that y'all needed to know that, but it's still not something that I plan on doing. But what I do plan on doing is fighting for our LGBT students, because this is a crock of horse shit. Okay, millennials are coming into their 40s. We're not 16 sitting in the back of our parents' car playing Game Boy by the streetlight. Okay? And it's time for the fucking boomers and the rest of the conservatives to sit the fuck down and have some water, because they're doing way too much. And they're hurting a lot of people. Because what you're inadvertently doing when you look at a trans kid or a gay kid or a lesbian kid or an ace kid or an ally or anything like that and go, LGBT issues don't matter and LGBT issues are offensive because they exist, is basically saying, hey, here's a gun, stick it in your mouth. Or hey, here's a whole bottle of pills, go ahead and swallow it. Or hey, here's a rope, go ahead and hang yourself. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. And this whole bullshit about like, oh, denying their identity doesn't cause any problems. If you genuinely think ignoring what you are for a long time doesn't cause you problems, come ask me some of the stories about some of the shit I've done. Because I promise you, I can make you cry. Okay? And that's not stuff I've done to other people. That's stuff I've done to myself. Because we need to protect our LGBT students. And right now, with the administration that I'm dealing with, and with the school system, and with the world that we're dealing with right now, it's not happening. And the only people that are going to step up and do that are people my age. I'm not fucking sorry. I'm not. I'm really not. And I may get in trouble for this shit. And if I do, awesome. Because if I have to go down in flames protecting LGBT students, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Not sorry, guys. Also, if you're on the faculty at the school that I work at and you're LGBT, please do me a favor and stop by my room and tell me. You don't have to out yourself to me or any of that other stuff, so I'll make it easier on you. If you happen to be LGBT faculty and you are at the school that I work with, or you happen to like French fries and you're at the school I work with, please stop by and have a talk with me at some point, because I got some shit I need to talk to you about. Love you guys. Hope this rant was at least partially funny, but it's a serious issue, because this is horseshit. And I'm astounded that it's still allowed to exist in 2019. But I'm also astounded that racism as rampant as it's running is allowed to exist in 2019 too. So I guess I'm just going to have to be astounded. At least there's some wonder left in the world, except I didn't really think at this age and this point in my life I'd sit here and wonder why the fuck this kind of shit is still happening.